वागर्थाविव संपृक्तौ वागर्थः प्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वंदे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ। करारविन्देन मुखारविन्दं मुखा विनिवेशयन्तं वटस्य पत्रस्य पुटेशयानं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि। आनन्दस्य विषयः यत् अद्य पूज्यानां सकाशात् अहं किञ्चित् मम विचाराः बालकृष्णम् आधृत्य गुजराती साहित्ये केन प्रकारेण बालकृष्णस्य विवरणं जातं, विवरणं प्राप्तं, तेन विषयं स्वीकृत्य अहं मम विचाराः स्थापयामि। अहं प्रारम्भे श्रीहरि स्वामी महाभागानां चरणयोः प्रणमामि। नमामि त्वां महाभागाः। I am also delighted to offer my pranams to Sathguru Ma, her subtle presence in this very divine atmosphere. I am very thankful to my dear friend Mahesh ji, the chair Ravi Gopal Krishnan ji. Thank you Padmanabhan ji for very nice words. And once again, Guruji, I am Swamiji, I am so delighted to see you once again. We met in 2021 and it's a great pleasure. I was looking, when I was talking about the subject with Mahesh ji, the Gujarati literature is full of Krishna. You require not only 35 minutes, but you require 35 sessions. And it's impossible. So I, while 2-3 days, I was looking at all the great literature of Gujarati, starting from Narsi Mehta to me. If I consider myself as the latest, of course, after me also there is 2 generations of poets writing about Krishna. So it's a very, very big canvas. And I will try to, what I have done, that I will touch one poet that is the greatest of great is Narsi Mehta. Narsi Mehta, who has written on Vaishnava Janato Tenere Kahiye Je Peed Parai Jane Re, a great, great devotee of Lord Krishna. And then I will cite some glimpses of my poetry. So Narsi Mehta and Bhagyesh is on your plate this morning. As mentioned by Rajashri ji, that you see Bhagavatam, in Bhagavatam, the Dasam Skandha is the essence of Krishna Leela. And if I have to go back into 2021 and even beginning of coronavirus, I think this is the most opportune time in the existence or in the evolving history of humankind, where the scientist and the philosopher are in the same room. They are discussing what is the future. Are we doing exactly what is desirable for the humanity? Both are talking. When the vaccine was not invented, I read a book called Faith versus Fact. It is the Jerry Cohen, and they were arguing, no, that science cannot be compatible with the faith and religion and God and science. And people have already started announcing, no, when the Jerusalem historian who has made great headlines prior to COVID-19, that Homo sapiens have already conquered the world and we are the supreme being. But suddenly coronavirus came and we again became a small dot in the pyramid. And so it's very, we are re-examining, we are reinventing, we are reintroducing, and we are reinventing ourselves. And that's why there is nothing more important and more relevant than Lord Krishna. And today being the focus on Balakrishna, I would like to, because Narsi Mehta has written so much, and Kanhaiya Lal Munshi has written Krishna Avatar, and Madhav Kyai Nathi Madhuvanma, Harindra Dave has written, and there are numerous novels, dramas, poetry all over the Gujarati literature. So I will be very precise. I would try to focus on Narsimha Mehta and some of my things. So coming back to Rajarshi's remark on chapter 10 of Bhagavatam, I wrote in a ghazal, and since many of you may not be understanding Gujarati, but as we have discussed in the musical analysis of Krishna Gitas, you will appreciate the Nada Tattva. I will try to bring out the Nada Tattva. You see, like I have written, this is my poem. Emane kidhu dishao vand che. Emane kidhu dishao vand che. Ne tame mani lidhu ke barnavo vand che. Pan ame to jivata sambandh mane shodhma. Pan ame to jivata sambandh mane shodhma. Sehj andar utarya je phinayu ve badhu akvand che. Ej murli, ej radha, ej pinchu mornu. એજ મુરલી એજ રાધા એજ પિંછુ મોરનું આપણે જે વાંચતા તે આજ 10મો સ્કંદ છે. This is the essence of chapter 10 भागवत का 10th स्कंद का. This is the Navanitam. What Navanitam is that એમણે કીધું દિશાઓ અંધ છે. They have said that now there is no God. God is not required. People have been on the rooftop. They said by 2030 we will not require God. But we say that when you are facing loneliness, when you are alone, in isolation, these are the new words, no? Now we are familiar with. When you are alone and when you are fighting a loneliness, at that time, a child, a grandchildren, no, a small song of a grandchildren or a grandchild makes you so pleasant. It gives pleasure. So, human being is a social animal, and when you get a pleasure by your only grandchild, but when you are hearing about Krishna, when you are having a company of baby Krishna, what we call in Gujarati is Lalo, Krishna, Balakrishna. When you have a Balakrishna with you, then it is the pleasure is added. When pleasure is added with spirituality, the presence becomes divine, blissful. And that is the Balakrishna's description we find in Narsimha Mehta. And I have selected some poems of Narsimha Mehta. See, Balakrishna's mischiefs are described by everyone, all in the medieval Gujarati literature and even the modern literature. O pelo chandaliyo ma mane ramavane apo. Now the child Krishna is asking that give me that moon as my toy. You give me that. O pelo chandaliyo ma mane ramvane alo tara ne nakshatra lavi mara gajvama galo. Narsimha Mehta is writing that Krishna is asking Yashoda that give me that moon. Moon is very bright. I want to play. That moon should become my toy. That tara and nakshatra, all the stars and nakshatras should be given to me. And Yashoda, after listening to this demand, she was puzzled. And Matare Jasodaji Harina Ansu Dalu hai. And then Krishna has started crying. You see, this is the way, Krishna is a Purna avatar. And he is playing with the mother, and mother is crying. And then suddenly a thought comes to mind of a mother, Yashoda. Vadakama pani ghali chandaliyo dakhyo. She brings a vessel from a bowl, from a kitchen, and keeps water, pure water. And with that pure water, there is a reflection of moon in the in the lap of Maya Yashoda. So she is showing to Krishna, look, here is the Chandra, here is the stars, here are the nakshatras. So that reflection. But Narsi Mehta always, at the end of every poem, makes a prophetic statement that this, after seeing the moon in the water, its reflection, Krishna smiles. Krishna smiles. Vadkama ghali chandalyuda narsayano swami shamalyo radato re rakyo. And then smiles. He smiles and tells, oh, very good. But the message he gives is the reflection that as the sky, moon which is in the sky can be seen in a small bowl, I can be, the Parabrahma can be seen in a small bowl of your body. You can see me, you can feel me. You see, likewise, Narsi Mehta is also taking us to Mathura. Mathura, we have seen his presence has changed the atmosphere. And as I mentioned earlier, that even a small child, your grandchild, changes the whole atmosphere of a house. Then here the Lord himself, the incarnation, is coming to the Nandajinu Aganu Paramarali Yamanu Sadare Sohamanu Krishna Kidhu Jane Vaikuntha Kai Lasa Brahma Sadanathi Indrana Bhavanati Adhika Kidhu. This is the Nada Tattva. No? Narsi Mehta has written all these songs, all the padas. There is 1043 padas of Narsiha, which is full of devotion. And all have different ragas and chanda. This is a Julana chanda, no? Where Jane Vaikuntha Kai Lasa Brahma Sadanati Indrana Bhavanati Adhika Kidhu. Means when the Krishna is playing in the parisar, in the periphery of the Nandaji's house, the household becomes, which was a very, very good Haveli kind of house. It has become like a Vaikunt, Kailas and a Brahma Sadan. Only with the gracious presence of Krishna, this Sakala Tiratha Jaha Vasavase Vitthalo Indra Aja Ishane Deva Sagala. The presence of Krishna has made Sakala Tirtha, all the tirthas, all the tirtha kshetraha, tatra upastitaha santi, tatra drishyante. So Narsi Mehta has described that because of presence of Balakrishna, the peripheral, the angan of Nandaji has become like a Brahma Sadan, and it is the essence of all the tirthas which we all very, very eager to wait and visit. Mata ubha se nathasam mukadase dasatase tiha prema prite. What is the binding force? Because the mother is also laughing, the father is smiling, and the neighborhood is so joyous because it is the gaze, it is the darshan of Balakrishna which bounds, no, which is a bondage of all the great people, all the people surrounding are bound by gracious presence of Balakrishna. So Balakrishna's presence makes a small household, and this village is a very small village, but it has become like a Brahma Sadan. It has become like a Kailas. It has become like a Vaikunt. So with the presence of Krishna, Balakrishna, this has become a great Darshaniya Sthal. Now we will go to one very famous And as we know that Krishna had shown so many miracles during childhood, and that has given the ansar, that bhanak, that he is the incarnation of Almighty. विष्णु का ये अवतार है, इसकी प्रतीति पर पल पल होती है. So we can see, the great poem, which is now almost a household song, and every school-going child recites and learns this poem by heart, of Narsimha Mehta, is Nagadaman. When he goes and dances and kills the very poisonous, powerful Nagas. Jala kamal chhandi jare bala, Swami amaro jagshe tane marse mane, bal hatya lagshe, kahe re balak tu marg bhulyo, કે તારા વેરીએ વળાવ્યો, નિશ્ચિતારો કાળજ ખૂટ્યો, અહીંયા તે સિદ્ધ આવ્યો. Now the ball, when the children were playing, it has gone to the Yamuna river, and Krishna goes down to snatch away that ball, and the Nagins, the wives of the Nagaraj, they came out and said, ki, don't come here. You see, Krishna is dancing with Radha is not enough. Dancing with Gopi is not enough. He is dancing with the death. Nobody, even the elderly people, will not dare to go there, where Krishna is challenging the all-powerful Naga, that come on. And at that time, the Nagins, the wives of the Nagaraj, says that you please go back. Why you are here? Swami amaro jagashe, when our Swami, my husband, if he gets up, then you will be killed. And I am very sure, hey Krishna, hey Balakrishna, you please go away, because somebody has misguided you. You are here and you will be killed. So my request will be that you please go. Nischetaro kalaj khutyo. I am sure that it is end of your life, that you are here. And then Krishna replies, and we use this as a very motivational. Now, Nathi naganahu marag bhulyo, નથી મારા વેરીએ વળાવ્યો, મથુરા નગરીમાં જુગટ રમતા, નાગનો શિષ હું હાર્યો, રંગે રૂડો રૂપે પૂરો, દેશંતો કોડીલો કોડામણો. Then he said, I would like to fight. I want this to take back. Then he said, Nagins again arguing, that you please go back, we request you, because Range Rudo, you are so handsome, you are so nice, and you are so komal, no? Rupe disanto kodilo kodamano, you are full of wishes, you have, the whole life is before you. Why you want to kill yourself? And Krishna replies, Mari mata ebe ujanmya, એમાં હું નટવર નાનડો, જગાડ તારા નાગને મારું નામ કૃષ્ણ કાનડો. You wake up your husband. I am not afraid. My mother has given birth to 2 sons, and I am the younger one. Ask your husband to come and fight with me. I don't mind losing my life. You see, he is challenging. And that's what we are teaching the Gujarati children, that you have to go anywhere and be adventurous. If you can do adventure, and Krishna has done this. Krishna challenged the Almighty Naga and said, Jagada Tara Nagane, Maru Nama Krishna Kanado. I am Balakrishna. I am Krishna Kanado. Kanudo. He used to be called Kanudo. I am Krishna Kanudo. Ask your husband to fight with me. I'm not afraid. Then again, the Nagins are coming forward and trying to bribe this boy. Lakh savano maro har apu. I want to give you my necklace, which is sawa lakh. It is 1,25,000 rupees at that time, maybe. I want lakh savano maro har apu. Apu re tujne doriyo. Atlu mara nagathi chanu. Apu tujne doriyo. I can do some, I will bribe you because you are so cute. You are so handsome. Hey, Krishna, you go back. I would like to give you the necklace which I have hidden from my husband. I can give you this much bribe and you please go back. But Krishna says, Shukaru Nagana har taro. I don't want har, I want my ball. My Gedi Dada. Shukaru Nagana har taro. Shukaru taro doriyo. Shane kaje nagan tare. Karvi gharma choriyo. Hey Nagan, Krishna replies, Balakrishna tells, hey Nagan, you don't do the work of a thief. Choriyo, don't do chaur karma. You, aapke husband ko jagaiye. Awake your husband. I would like to fight. I would like to take my ball back. I don't want Shukaru Nagana Harataro. I don't want that har. I don't want that necklace. I would like to fight. And then Nagins go. Uthore balvant koi. Balak barne aviyo. Balak koi. There is some child who has come. And आपके साथ उसको युद्ध करना है. And then Narsimha Mehta describes Bevu baliya, bathe balagya, Krishna kali nag nathiya. And बहुत बड़ा युद्ध होता है, द्वंद्व युद्ध. With the Nag, Krishna fights and finally he defeats. And then the ball is given back. When the Nagaraj was killed, the Nagins were all doing a prayer. Amo aparadhi bevu kar jodi vinave swami muko amara kanthne amo aparadhi kai na samjha Shri Krishna ne na odkhya bhagavant ne. See, we could not, we just thought that you are a child, but you are not a child. We could not recognize you, that you are a Lord Krishna. Let us go to chapter 11, no? Of Bhagavad Gita. Sakheti matva prasabam yaduktam he Krishna he Yadava he sakheti ajanata mahimanam tavedam maya pramadat pranayena vapi. When Arjun tells that I was shouting, hey Krishna, hey Sakha, hey Yadav, ajanata, I was not aware. So Nagins were also praying that Thalabhari Sagamotide Sri Krishna ne vadhaviya. Then they are doing worship. And then Krishna ko prarthana karte hai. Narsayana Nath Paseki. This is the typical style of Narsimha Mehta. Narsimha Mehta is describing Krishna as a Narsayano Nath. Narsayana Nath Paseki. Nath ne chodaviya means wo free kiya. So baad mein, let us go to another, as we have seen, the Gau Seva. Cow heard no Krishna. Gauchari ne ghera ave valoji maro gau. There is another pad which is not very popular like Nagadavan. But Shyamatani Sundarata Joi Munijan Tana Manamohe Hathalakadi Khanda Kamadi Goalo ne Manabhave. Gopala Krishna. We have seen Krishna who was playing with the mother. Now we have seen Krishna who has done the Nagadaman, And now the Krishna as a Gopalak. Now this Krishna, when he comes, कैसे लगता है उनका दर्शन? श्यामतणी सुंदरता जोई मुनिजन. When even the Muni will be envious, he was looking so great. When he comes back with the cows after taking them out for grazing, हाथ लाकड़ी, हाथ में लाकड़ी है, खांद कामली, and the flute, and गोवालों ने मन भावे, and he is communicating with the cows. See, this is Krishna. Krishna has given us this blessing that you can communicate. You can communicate with the animals. You can, as we have seen, if you give a hug to a plant in your garden, do it 10 days. And on the 11th day, you will realize that that plant is waiting for you. You give a hug to a tree and you will experience it. Krishna has given us this clue. And that is why in a post-corona world order, why Krishna is essential. We have to tell that lady in Wuhan wet market, Madam, you cannot be irresponsible. Bats are also here. They are the Swarupa or Krishna. We cannot kill anybody. We cannot eat anybody. Nobody in this earth is allowed to be responsible. And this is how he plays flute, and the cows understand his language. Cows understand his message, and they come back. So this is then again naughty Krishna. Balakrishna was a very naughty. You see, I like Krishna, I worship Krishna because Krishna is not a very serious person. Krishna is very playful, very up to date, dress code. I have one Bhagavan who is well dressed. Jashoda tara kanu dane sad karine varare avadi dhum machave vrajma koi nahi puchan harare. Narsi Mehta is telling like the ladies of Mathura, they are coming to Jashoda and complaining. Your child is so notorious. He is coming and mischievous. Butter thief. Shiku todyu goras dholyu ughadine barare makhan khadu veri nakyu janaki dure. You see, it is so much Geet, Nada Tattvam in every song of Narsi Mehta. And as a poet, I can feel that if your poetry is coming from your heart, out of experience, not only imagination, if it is coming from experience, it comes with a great creative music. And that music is full of this. Makhana khadu veri nakyu janaki dure varare. Khakha khora karto hinde bihe nahi laga re. The ladies are complaining that what a child you have. Unko kuch bhai hi nahi hai. He is not fearing anybody. Just climb up my walls और सब बटन निकाल देता है, सबको बांट देता है. He is just distributing as if he is the owner of my house. We are devoid of our own ownership of our house. What is this? Your child is so notorious. Jashoda, you tell something to them. And Jashoda says, Maro Kanaji Garma Huto. Arey, what are you complaining? My Krishna has not gone out of house. He is there. He is in the bedroom. He is inside. What are you complaining? So who was there? So a sub Maya, Leela, Krishna Leela. Krishna is everywhere. In chapter 9, he said, no, हम हर आदमी के हर जंतु के जीव में हुए. ममई वांशो जीवलोके जीव भूता सनातन. He is everywhere. He is in everybody, every insect. We don't want to kill anybody. And that is what, this is butter, and the butter thieves and the Leela is giving this message that this is love. This is love. And no house is stranger to me. No house is strange house to me. He goes to anywhere. And that's why I always remember one of my Sanskrit professor who was teaching me Vedanta. He said, if you learn Vedanta, you will be socializing very fast, because you will start seeing God in everybody. Advaita Vedanta gives you oneness. Swamiji, you are God. Raviji, you are God. Maheshji is a Mahesh. So I will start seeing God everywhere. So where is the difference? I will be very fastly socializing because I have studied Advaita Vedanta. And Krishna is teaching this to the children of Mathura, that every house is our house. And telling the ladies of Mathura that Makhan is not your product, Makhan is Gau Mata's product. It is product of a nature. Don't make profit out of it. Let us distribute. It is given by the God, it is given by the nature, and nature should be distributed. So we come back to climate change. We should get portion from the nature, not shoshan. We should not exploit, but we should get nutrition from this thing. Then the last 7th poem of Narsimha Mehta. Kanaji Kanaji sahu ko kahe re ame gokaliyo ke shure. I am taking different dhala, different raga, no? Jaise ki we have seen Jal Kamal Chandi Jare Ba, Nagdaban. Then Rajani Sohagan Thai Van Ban Sau Ugyache Jasoda Tara Kanudane Sadakarine Varere. Now the 7th raga. Kanaji Kanaji Sauko Kahere Ame Govaliyo ke shure. Jo tu amne alchada vishet mathura chodi daishure. Now the Gopalaks are coming. Okay, we will tell you, we will not tell you Krishna, Krishna, we will not say. We will say Govalia, we will say Gopala. And if you quarrel further, then we will leave Mathura, we will go away. So this is how Krishna's all the notorious thing, no? Kanaji, Kanaji, Sauko kahe. Sakala Vishwama Sahuko Jane, Gayatano go Valare, Narsayano Swami Bhale Badiyo, Purna Brahma Dayalore. He said, Aap log Goal kehte hai. You are all, Narsi is telling that Gopal, the shepherds have come and said, we will not say Krishna, we will say Gopala. But Krishna, Narsimha Mehta says, you are telling Gopala, but a Gopala, he is not a small person. He is not a mortal being like you. He is the Narsayano Swami Bhale Mudiyo, Purana Brahma Dayalore. Ye to Purana Brahma hai, ye Purna Brahma hai. This man, this Gopala, Krishna, unko don't take it, don't consider him as a ordinary shepherd. He is a Purana Brahma Dayalore. He is the Dayalu Bhagwan. He is the Karuna Sagar. He is the God. And that's how I selected these 7 poems. And Swamiji, in Gujarati literature, I have started E poems and M poems. E poems are electronic yug when in 2005, when we started the electronic, e-governance and all. I got the Prime Minister's Award as a Vadodara collector when I introduced e-governance. So I said, and in one of my poems, I always write on Janmashtami something on Lord Krishna, always, almost last 40 years or so. E Radhae Jamana Jalpar Kholu Cyber Cafe. E Radhae. This is E Radha. E-commerce, email. So E Radha Jamana Jad par kholu cyber cafe. E Radha has opened up a cyber cafe on the banks of river Jamuna. E Radha Jamana Jad par kholu cyber cafe बाइट बाइट पर कृष्ण बिराजे वे बसाइट वन रावण वायरस वाला विचार करता आ रस छे मन भावन आ रस छे मन भावन you see bite per krishna biraje and in this electronic device in my computer everywhere bite per krishna biraje every bite has the presence of Balakrishna bite per krishna biraje website vanravan and my website is like a vanravan is a vrindavan so I experience God everywhere and what happens at that time people were discussing about the virus in computer now we have a coronavirus but virus in computers will corrupt your photos will corrupt everything but I said okay, look at my lord Krishna unke life mein every day is a day of crisis a day of conflict a day of war and still every photograph of Krishna is just smiling. And that's why I said, bite per Krishna viraje, website vanaravan, virus wala vichar karta, arasa che man bhavan. Those who are advocating virus, they are really puzzled. That what metal this Krishna is made of. His photo never get corrupted. No virus can affect. Despite his biography we read, every day he has a crisis and all the time he is smiling. All the time he is playing, all the time he is playing flute. What is the secret? And secret is the blissful presence, the awareness. Mamayvamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. As Krishna, he said, no, the big thing, big revelation. I always consider in Bhagavad Gita, the biggest sloka is when Krishna says Arjuna that Prishninam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhananjaya. वृष्णि वंश में मैं वासुदेव कृष्ण हूं लेकिन पांडवों में मैं अर्जुन हूं तो अर्जुन बोला मैं कौन हूं who am I then and that answer is given bite per krishna biraje website vanravan virus wala vichar karta aras che man bhavan when Narendra Modi ji was the chief minister and we were celebrating the 50 years of Gujarat and he asked me that we are celebrating and every poet has, we are all singing all old songs. Why you don't write something? And I wrote and then on this song, a lot of people have choreographed. Even one of my song was set to music by A.R. Rahman. And we have 6,000 dancers danced and it is a Guinness Book of World Record. But one of the song which I wrote that computer ma Krishna nihale garbe amba ramti desha videshe website ma Gujarati vistarati samuh jivan ma saune veche keva meetha spandan abhinandan Gujarat tane abhinandan Gujarati na gauravati adhara bani nandanvan. You see, Gujarati na gaurav, the pride of Gujarat is Krishna Bhakti. Computer ma Krishna nihale. Every Gujarati devotee looks at computer as incarnation of Krishna. Computer ma Krishna nihale. And garbe ambaramti. And garbe, when we do dance in garba, it is amba. Computer ma Krishna nihale. Garbe ambaramti. Deshe videshe. In entire world, garba hota hai. Entire world we do Krishna Puja. Wherever we give, my daughter stays in New Jersey in USA, she does the Krishna Puja in the morning, every day. So Desha Videshe website ma Gujarati vistarti samuh jivan ma saune venche keva meetha spandan. And you see, because Balakrishna is in our life, we distribute meetha spandan, good feelings, good vibrations. My Guruji used to tell me that when you are there or when Krishna is in your house, the vibrations of the house is changed. When you do puja every day, vibrations will be different. If you go to somebody's house, you will feel the vibes. Concentrate. Take a deep breath, have feeling, and then you will find that you are at the right place or a wrong place. So this is how the self-testing Balakrishna is providing. And lastly, Swamiji, with your permission, my M Kavita. It is the mobile Kavita, which is very latest and very popular in Gujarati. And so many singers have sung it. SMS કરવાનું બંધ કરો શ્યામ, હવે રૂબરૂમાં આવવાનું રાખો, મથુરા ને વૃંદાવન જાગ્યા છે રોમ રોમ, મોરલી મોબાઈલ જેવી રાખો. Hey Krishna, what are you doing yaar? SMS भेजता है. Don't send me SMS. SMS કરવાનું બંધ કરો શ્યામ, હવે રૂબરૂમાં આવવાનું રાખો. You please come in person. Hey Lord Krishna, I don't want your SMS. You are sending SMS every day. I don't like this. You please come. SMS કરવાનું બંધ કરો શ્યામ, હવે રૂબરૂમાં આવવાનું રાખો, મથુરા ને વૃંદાવન જાગ્યા છે રોમ રોમ. In every room, in every organ of my body, Mathura and Vrindavan are alive. Come. And don't bring Morley this time. Don't bring flute this time. You bring mobile. Come with mobile. Morley mobile જેવી રાખો. અને કહે છે કે ઈમેલ વાંચીને હવે અર્જુનને સમજાવો, મનમાંથી કાટમાળ કાઢે. You tell Arjuna that read all the emails. And the head baggage is your problem, Arjuna. Head baggage remove karo. Remove your head baggage. ઈમેલ વાંચીને હવે અર્જુનને સમજાવો, મનમાંથી કાટમાળ કાઢે, ગાંડીવને શાંખધ્વનિ સાચવે ભલે, પણ પર્સમાંથી પામ ટોપ કાઢે. ગાંડીવ and શંખધ્વનિ બરાબર है, you keep it, keep ગાંડીવ and all that, but पर्स में तो palm top होना चाहिए. You should have the palm top with you. Hey Krishna, you come and see what happened. કે સાયબર કાફેમાં હજી સર્ફિંગ કરે છે પેલી ગોપીઓની યુગ જૂની આંખો. Today also there is a gopi in every eligible girl who looks at her husband or fiance, उनके सामने देख रही है, गोपी है. यो गोपीनी युग जूनी आंखों, the old eyes, you look at every young lady. Cyber cafe માં હજી surfing કરે છે. You see, because in US, in Gujarat, lot of people are getting married in US, and night में ये सब चलता है, क्योंकि वहां डे होता है US में. तो रात में सर्फिंग करती है, ऐसे 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 बात करती है, तो अपने प्रियतम से बात कर रही है. तो I tell that, hey Krishna, you come and see this scene. They are the modern gopis. They are trying to find out you somewhere in somebody. સાયબર કાફેમાં હજી સર્ફિંગ કરે છે પેલી ગોપીઓની યુગ જૂની આંખો, ને ઈચ્છાના ગોધણને વાળો હો શ્યામ, હવે માખણને ફેટ ફ્રી રાખો. And makhan, the butter has to be fat free now, because everybody is worried about the figures. So makhan has to be fat free, and Govardhan mange che pankho. And Govardhan, the pahad will have to have a pankho, means wings, because we Gujaratis have dreams to go to every corner of the world. We want to go. ઈચ્છાના ગોધણને વાળો હો શ્યામ, હવે ગોવર્ધન માંગે છે પાંખો. ટચલી આંગળીએ હવે સાચવજો માઉસ. Now ટચલી આંગળીએ mouse has to be handled, not Govardhan part. ટચલી આંગળીએ હવે સાચવજો માઉસ, હવે માખણને ફેટ ફ્રી રાખો, SMS કરવાનું બંધ કરો શ્યામ, હવે રૂબરૂમાં આવવાનું રાખો. So don't send me SMS, oh my Lord Krishna. I pray that you come, let us have physical meeting. Swamiji, we have been in the virtual workshops. With your blessings, let us hope that we meet next time in person, as I have prayed in the latest poem of Gujarati literature, where I have requested Krishna that don't send SMS. Vaccine is like a SMS. Vaccine is like a Vrindavan. But we want that, hey Krishna, you come personally. So with this, Balakrishna is to be realized by Krishna. Balakrishna has to be seen in every child, every flower, as Rabindranath has said. Now, every day morning, when I see a flower, I see that God has still have faith in humankind. I think with this few words, with very humble pranams to Swamiji, I really feel very honored, Maheshji, Raviji, that I am invited and I am given this opportunity to speak some of my emotions. Of course, language was a big barrier. I tried because ultimately the literature has to do the work of communication. And I hope I have communicated what the essence of Gujarati two poets, Narsi Mehta and Bhagyesh. With all the pranams, Jai Shri Krishna.